If you're planning to sell a home in Huntsville in 2026, there's a question you really can't afford to get wrong. Do you know what you're legally required to disclose to a buyer? This is one of the most overlooked parts of selling a home, and missing the wrong details can create serious problems after closing. So I want to walk you through what actually needs to be disclosed and why being upfront doesn't hurt your sale, it protects it. I worked with a seller who wasn't sure whether a past water issue needed to be shared. The problem had been fixed, everything was dry, and in their mind, it felt like old news. But leaving something like that out can absolutely derail a deal, or worse, turn into a legal issue later on. We chose to disclose it properly, explain what had been repaired, and show documentation. The buyer felt confident moving forward. The transaction stayed smooth, and there were no surprises after closing. And that's exactly why understanding disclosures before you list matters so much. One of the biggest areas sellers need to understand is what's considered a material defect. These are issues that affect the value or safety of the home. Things like foundation concerns, roof leaks, plumbing or electrical problems, or past water damage. The rule I always tell sellers is simple. If a buyer would want to know about it before writing an offer, it needs to be disclosed. Being upfront builds trust, and it keeps deals from falling apart late in the process. Another area that often causes confusion is past repairs or renovations. If you've replaced a roof, updated the HVAC, done major renovations, or had structural work completed, buyers need to know. That includes permits, warranties, and work that was actually done. In a market like Huntsville, especially with so many buyers relocating, transparency helps your home feel reliable and cared for, not risky. Environmental disclosures are also critical. Things like lead-based paint, radon, asbestos, or known mold issues are not optional. They must be disclosed. Buyers in 2026 are more informed and more thorough than ever. Skipping something here can easily lead to canceled contracts or legal trouble down the road. When in doubt, disclose, and lean on a local real estate expert to guide you through it the right way. Disclosures aren't about hurting your sale. They're about protecting it. When everything is handled correctly from the start, transactions go smoother, buyers feel confident, and you dramatically reduce the risk of headaches after closing. If you're thinking about selling in Huntsville and have questions about disclosures, timing, or the overall strategy, let's talk. I'm happy to walk you through the process and make sure your sale is set up for success from day one.